Hi students, in the last tutorial we did perform some testing on our test homepage. We tested IQA Guru homepage UI and image gallery. Today we are going to write down the issues we found during our testing. And these issues are called defects or bugs. And for defect writing, some company uses QC, that is Quality Center, or it's called ALM as well, Bugzilla, Jira, or any other tools. Remember, no matter what tool you use to write up the defect, the way of writing the defect is same in all the tools. In this course, we are using Jira. So let's open up Jira to write up the defect. Also, let's see what defect we need to write. So I'm going to click on create. And this is our project. And this time we are going to pick bug instead of task, story, or epic. So this is bug and it's already been pre-selected. And let's see that what bug we need to write. So let's go to our application. And this is the image gallery what we have. And if you remember last time when we were executing the test cases, so let's come here and we found this issue. It says that verify the auto rotation time, and it's supposed to rotate in 3 seconds, but the actual result was it rotates in 8 seconds. Let's check it out right now one more time. So I'm gonna come here on our page. Okay, so let's check it now. So let's wait for the next one and we are going to see the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 6 seconds. So basically the requirement says that the second book comes after 3 seconds, but it is rotating in 6 seconds. So that test case was failed. Okay, so now we need to report that issue to the team or to the developer so he can be able to fix it. So for that we are gonna come back to the Jira, and now we have selected the defect or bug here. Now the summary field says about the defect in short, not very detailed. The defect should be very clear. When the developer sees the summary field, they should be able to get an idea that what is that bug all about. Okay, and make sure that summary is reflecting what the problem is and where it is. So with the auto rotation time problem, we can write summary something like this. So first, write down the user story number. So let's see what is our user story number. It's IQ6, right? So I'll go and write IQ6. IQ6. Let's write in caps on IQ6. It's easier for the developer or the PM and the whole team that the defect is related to that particular functionality. Then you can write the area name where the issue is. In our case, the issue is in the image gallery, right? So we can write image gallery. Image gallery. And then this describes the problem. We can write images are not auto rotating in 3 seconds. Images not auto rotating in 3 seconds. Okay, so when the developer looks at the summary, he would understand that this is related to IQ6 user story about the image gallery, and this is the issue. So this is very simple. Now the reporter is your name, who is basically writing up the defect. That's called the reporter. And now the description is very important. It should be very clear, and basically this is the place where you can describe each and every step, that how do you get the problem. Okay, so I would write in description, steps to reproduce. Steps to reproduce. Okay, number 1. Lend to iqaguru.com. Second is go to home page. Third, now when I see the auto rotation time, then I was expecting that it is supposed to be 3 seconds, but it came out that it was only 6 seconds. So I would say the actual result is auto rotation time is 6 seconds, right? But it is supposed to be 3 seconds only. So that was I was expecting. So it's going to be called expecting result. Expecting result. So we can mention it here per requirement. Auto rotation is supposed to be 3 seconds. Okay. Okay. Auto rotation. Okay, now let's see the other section. So this is our description. And now if you go down, there is a field called priority. So there are many priority: highest, high, low, and lowest. Highest is the priority, that is the number 1 priority, as it sounds like. And the priority describes what defects should be fixed first. If the bug is very critical and we are not able to test anything because of this issue, for example, when we go to the home page of iqaguru.com, if we get nothing, some 404 error, or developer says that auto rotations user story is ready, but when we check it, we feel that there is nothing, images are not auto rotating at all, it means we cannot test that story further, and it becomes the highest priority. So depends on our defect, we are going to select if that is highest or medium or lowest. So for now I would say it's just a high, not very highest, because the functionality is working fine. The only thing is it's not working as expected. Okay, so I'm gonna select high. Label is basically in Jira, if your admin creates a different labels, then you can actually select the labels. So right now there is nothing, so we are not going to select it. So now environment is where you find the defect. Most of the time you would test in the QA environment. So you can paste the URL here, whatever is the environment. Sometimes you would test on staging or production, and every environment URL is different. So based on where you are testing, which operating system or browsers you are testing in, you would write that information. So here right now we can write that we are testing on iqaguru.com, and we actually tested on the Firefox. So I'm just gonna write Firefox, and if you want you can write up the version. So I'm just gonna write 47 version of the Firefox. Okay, so this is our environment. Now let's see, the next is attachment. Attachment is the most important feature, and every QA is supposed to put some attachment into the defect. It is very easier for the developer if we have attachment, because sometimes it gets very difficult for the developers to understand what and where is the issue. So if you can attach two images, one the requirement screenshot and other is the actual result what you are getting, you can have like two attachment to make developers understand that where is the problem, or you can use one whenever you feel comfortable and whenever you feel that you are giving the enough information to developer, just use your sense and attach any attachment. Now for the attachment, there are so many add-ons and tools available in each browser. Snagit is very popular to take the screenshot, and there are so many free add-ons you can have it. In Firefox, Chrome, just search for the extensions or add-on in Firefox, and if you search for the screen capture, you would see tons of add-ons, and just install one of the add-ons and you would be all set to take the great attachment. Okay, so for now I'm just gonna go to the website where we were testing, and though we cannot take the screenshot here about the rotating time, you can actually capture the video as well. So if you go to Snagit, you can actually capture the real video of the issue. So for now I'm just gonna capture the image. So I have an add-on here, so I'm gonna click on that add-on, and maybe we can select there are different options: selected area, the entire page. So I'm just gonna go and click on selected area. So just take the screenshot of this area and edit it. So we can edit it here. Just take the tool, for example here you can draw a knot. So I'm just gonna go select this, and you can write here images, auto rotates in 6 seconds instead of 3 seconds. Okay, and you can save it here, and you can save as image, and you can have it you can give any name like auto rotation. Okay, save, and if you come here you can just attach the file here. Okay, and we have auto rotation here. Now the image is now here. Now the next field is linked issue. So if I open this drop down, you would see there are many options like blocks is blocked by, clones is cloned by, duplicate. So there are many options here, and basically what it says that if this issue is relates to other issue, then we can actually write up here that this issue relates to what. Okay, we can actually select any issues from the drop down. Sometimes it happens that we created one defect, and other QA person creates the same defect, and we figure out, okay, we have the same issues 2 times, so we have to make our issue duplicate, right? So we can have it, this issue duplicates this issue, the other issue. So we can select like that. Okay, so right now I'm not gonna select anything, I'm just gonna put relates to, that's it. And now we have assignee. Assignee is the person who is going to take care of this defect. So we are going to select any developer's name. Right now we don't have any, but in real time there would be all the developers and all the people who are having the access of Jira or any defect tracking tool. You would just have to select that developer, and he would take care of the defect. Okay, now we have that epic link, and epic link is if that particular issue is related to a specific epic, it's always a good idea to select that. So once we go to that particular epic, we can see that we have 2 or 3 or 4 issues or defects related to this epic. Okay, so that epic right now for our issue, we have this home page image gallery, that is our epic. We can select it. The last field is sprint. The sprint is it shows that this defect related to what sprint. So the image gallery is our first sprint, so we can select the sprint one. So now we are almost set to create our first defect. Just gonna click on create, and boom, your issue is done. You have one issue. So if you see that this is our defect IQ17, you can see that this is the red mark that represents a defect, and it automatically comes to the sprint 1 because we have selected the sprint number from there when we were writing the defect. If we select the sprint 2, then the defect would come to the sprint 2. And you see this is the epic, so it shows clearly that this defect related to this epic, and also it is related to sprint 1. So if you open up this defect, you would be able to see your defect, the description, and you would be able to see the activity. Somehow our image hasn't been picked up. Okay, something happened, probably it's completely not attached. So we can actually try one more time to attach our defect. So let's try again. Now it is fine. Now we can see the image is here. Okay, so now we have image here, now we have description here. Now when the developers would see the defect, then he would actually click on in progress, that he is working on that defect, and once he is done, he is going to mark the defect as resolved or dev complete. Whatever the options he has in that particular Jira, he would select that option, so that you would know that developers actually resolve that issues. And there is a comment section, so you or developers or anybody can comment about that issue. For example, developer says that, you know what, it's in progress, I'm working on it right now. Okay, and after that he can just write out other comment that he is done and he fixed that issue. So he can also mention that the issue is fixed. The issue is fixed. Please check it after the next build. Okay, and we already talked about the build, that whenever developers puts his code or checking his code, we need to make a build from his branch, from his local to the QA branch, so that we would be able to see it. So from one branch to the environment, so we would be able to test it once the code is in the QA environment. Okay, so I hope that you understand how we create the defect, what the information we write up in the defect, and what are the things we should take care when we write up the defect. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to message me in the message board, or you can email me anytime. I would be really happy to help you out. In the next video, we are going to assume that developers fix that particular issue, and then when he fixed it, how we test it back and how we are going to close the defect. Okay, so we are gonna go to the retesting, and we are going to see the defect life cycle in the next chapter. Okay, until then, have fun, enjoy.